The report card doesn't know your child. Every term, thousands of parents open a report card, and almost instantly, something changes. Some breathe a sigh of relief, and some feel disappointment. Some panic, and some start comparing. Some quietly wonder if they've failed their child. And children notice. They watch our faces, they hear our tone, and they begin attaching their worth to a piece of paper. But here's something I wish every parent knew. A report card tells me how a child performed on a collection of tasks over a period of time. It does not tell me who they are. It doesn't tell me about the little boy who notices when another child is sitting alone and invites them to play. It doesn't tell me about the girl who quietly helps pack up the classroom every afternoon without being asked. It doesn't tell me about the child who keeps trying even when learning feels incredibly difficult. And it doesn't tell me about resilience or kindness or courage or curiosity or integrity or joy. I've taught thousands of children, and I can honestly tell you this. Some of the highest achieving students I've ever taught struggled to work in a team. And some of the children who found learning difficult became the most compassionate, thoughtful, and determined people in the room. Because marks measure performance, they don't measure potential. As a teacher, I never looked at a child and saw a grade. I saw a whole person, a child with gifts, with fears, with dreams, with strengths that no assessment could ever capture. So if you're a parent reading a report card this week, celebrate the effort, notice the growth, identify the gaps, and then remember something incredibly important. Your child is not a B. They're not a C. They're not an A. They're not below expectations or above expectations. They're a human being who is still becoming. And that's the beautiful part about childhood. Nothing is fixed. Confidence can be rebuilt. Skills can be taught. Habits can be developed. Reading improves, writing improves, mathematics improves. Children grow. So don't let one report convince your child that they are less capable than they really are. Because I've spent 14 years watching children surprise themselves. The child who couldn't write a paragraph becomes the child who wins a writing competition. The child who was too anxious to present becomes the child leading school assemblies. The reluctant reader becomes a child who can't put a book down. And I've seen it happen too many times to believe otherwise. So this report card, read it, learn from it, use it as information, but never ever let it become your child's identity. Because the most extraordinary things about your child will never fit inside those little tiny boxes. And maybe the greatest thing we can do as parents and educators is remind children every single day that they are so much more than a mark on a page.